Why are Americans so afraid? About half the country says they're afraid of being the victim of a terror attack or violent crime. Those fears are up from a few years ago. Today, as many people are afraid of terror and violence as were right after 9/11. But let's look at the facts. Violent crime is at historic lows and has been dropping for decades. As for the threat of terrorism, things that are more likely to kill you than an Islamic terror attack include a lightning strike, a toddler shooting you, or falling furniture. So why the fear? Well, one thing comes to mind.
The terrorism of our cities threaten our very way of life.
Terrorists who are going to come to Western Europe and come here and kill us.
Mayhem, murder, and destruction.
Illegal immigrants with criminal records roaming free to threaten peaceful citizens.
Polling data shows us people who support Donald Trump are disproportionately more fearful than other Americans. Trump supporters are far more afraid, even if sometimes they don't know why exactly.
I think that they should be. I mean, we're in a bad place right now. We need a change, and I think Trump is the answer.
Why should they be?
Because there's just a lot of, I don't know, everything's just really chaotic and not how it should be.
I think that this nation should be concerned because of the fact that the current president is letting these terrorists in the country. They are terrorists.
These people out here are sitting ducks, and they just don't realize how dangerous it's getting every year because of the lax borders, the lax law and order.
That fear of unknown outsiders is central to Trump's campaign. Even though immigrants commit fewer crimes on average than other Americans do, Trump's most popular policy is a literal wall that he says will keep out foreigners and keep his supporters safe. Some perspective here. About 10,000 Americans die at the hands of drunk drivers every year. But these cases are not the concern of Donald Trump. He hasn't talked about them. What he is worried about is this single case in which an undocumented immigrant was the person behind the wheel, and which Trump can't stop talking about.
One such border crosser was released and made his way to Nebraska. There, he ended the life of an innocent young girl. Countless innocent American lives have been stolen because our politicians have failed in their duty to secure our borders.
And if you think Trump and his campaign team don't know the actual facts, well, you're wrong.
Violent crime across the country is down.
The average American, I will bet you this morning, does not think crime is down, does not think they are safer.
But it is, we are safer, and it is down. This is the FBI statistics. They're not a liberal organization.
No,
they're
but what I said is equally true. People feel
it.
more threatened.
Yes, they feel it, but the facts don't support it.
As a political candidate, I'll go with how people feel, and I'll let you go with the theoreticians.
For Newsyam's Zach Toombs.